What's up, world? It's Miracle J, and I'm coming here to give you something. That's right, give you something. And before I go into it, I want to flip the switch real quick. Let's flip a quick switch. You know, a lot of people are going to watch this video, and a lot of those people are going to have a very similar thought. And that thought is, what am I going to get from this video? How is this video going to benefit me? Because you saw the title, you looked at the thumbnail, whatever you looked at, and you chose to watch this video because you're going to get something from it. Well, this is what I'm about to give you. Congratulations. But what if you flipped the switch and you thought, what can I give? What can I give this person for making this video? For spending the time to create this video, for buying a camera, for making sure he had good lighting, making sure that his thoughts would flow, making sure this and that. What can I give this person? You can give a like. You can share it. You can do a lot of things that won't cost you a dime. But people don't do that. People won't even like a video. There's actually people who dislike videos on YouTube after a person spent their time and energy to make a video to entertain you. Not everybody, but those people know who I'm talking to. But what if you flipped the switch and said, what can I give? And every day you went through the world, interacting with people, doing what you do, but you had that one shift in your mind. What can I give? Every video you watch, even if you didn't watch the whole thing, you don't know what it's about, you gave it a thumbs up. Or everybody you ran into, you greeted them and gave them a good feeling. Something as simple as that, a wave. You hold the door open for somebody. Smallest things that don't cost you a dime. What can I give? You know, there's a law called the law of compensation. This world that we live in is built off of laws, not the laws that the government and police make and all that shit. That shit changes every so often. That shit is stupid. Don't break the law. But it's stupid. But there's laws that this world is built off of that don't change. And there's one law called the law of compensation, meaning you can't give something without getting something in return. Now, does that mean that you should do things because you know you're going to get something? No. That kind of defeats the purpose in a way. You can defeat the whole purpose if you do something just because you know you're going to get something in return. Why don't you do it just because it's a right thing to do? Because you want to give somebody a good feeling. Because you want to make somebody's life greater. And you will be compensated by that. Maybe not right away, but it's something called the compound effect. You do this enough times, it's gonna come back to you. You can't give something without getting something in return, and you can't get something without giving something in return. So every time someone gave you something or something came your way and you gained something, you pay for that some way, one way or another, whether you know it or not. But you don't want to fall into the trap of the scarcity mindset. And what's the scarcity mindset? These are the thoughts that are like, I can't give this person something because I'm going to lose something. So people that don't give because they think they're going to lose. They see the world in a win-lose situation in everything. They think somebody has to lose in order for somebody to win. It's not the case. There's win-win situations. Not everything is a competition. A lot of things are. I'm competitive as fuck. But it doesn't have to be that way. I learned something from a mentor of mine. And here's a riddle. What's something that you can give to somebody? It's probably one of the only things you can give to somebody. You don't lose it. You still have it even though you gave it to somebody. And since you gave it to somebody, it actually grows and gets bigger. There's actually something that you can give away and keep, and it grows bigger and bigger and actually makes you greater. You got it? It's an idea. If you give somebody an idea, you still have that idea. But you've given it to somebody else to pass along, and it spreads. And if you're the originator of that idea, your mind is spreading across the world. And who knows where somebody can go with that thought. It can spark the mind of somebody that creates something huge, creates a whole organization just because they heard something that came out of your mind. And that boomerangs back, the law of compensation, you get something back. And who knows? The limits are beyond the sky. The limits are infinite. But that'll never happen if you think from the scarcity mindset or not wanting to give things to people. The more you give, the more you get. And this is a good habit to have. You always want to give, no matter how small, no matter how big. Why not? Why not? Because only a piece of shit will go to YouTube, watch a video, and dislike it. Who the hell? Who the hell? Everything is compensated for. You know, I was in a tragic accident, and what was given to me is not something that I can even measure. Something was taken from me. Something was taken from me. I went through whatever I went through, and I was compensated handsomely for that. And it's still paying off to this day. And I'm reaping dividends on it, and I'm compounding that interest because I'm taking everything that I've gotten from that and I'm giving away constantly. I'm constantly giving, and finding out how to give more. I want to give more. I want to give more to the world, to everybody around me, to everybody I come in contact with. I want to leave them greater than they were before they met me. If you do negative stuff in the world, if you harm people, the law of compensation is coming for you. You got something coming. They say what goes around comes around. You don't believe in karma? You don't believe in karma? Go out and do a bunch of bad stuff for a week. By the way, disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes. Anything you take from this video and apply, I'm not responsible for it. You're responsible for yourself. I should have said that in the beginning, but it's all good. So everything, you can't give something without getting something. You can't get something without giving something. This is why investing is much better than working a job or anything else you can do. You invest. You invest into your mind, you reap wisdom. You invest into stocks, you reap money or lose money. But it's all part of the game. And if you invest time into investing money in stocks, you're going to lose, you're going to win, and overall you're going to gain wisdom and gain experience. And this is how the world works. Too many people are worrying about what they're going to lose. And that's living from a very, very small place because the world is not scarce in anything. When the last time you've seen a scarcity of grass, of trees, of anything? Of course, we live in America, so they've implanted the idea of there's a limited amount of money or a limited amount of resources, a limited amount of water, a limited amount of toilet paper, a limited amount of credit that they just made up and put some numbers on a screen and have you believing that that's value. You got to learn how to play the game. And how do you learn how to play the game? First, you learn the rules. And if you know the rules, then you can learn how to bend the rules, manipulate the rules, and do what you got to do to win. This is the game of life that we playing. Life is a game. I don't have to keep saying it. Life is just a game. So that's what it is, man. It's called the law of compensation. Stop trying to hold on to everything because, especially money, if you don't know about the metaphysics of money, I'll end it on this note. Because money is the energy. That's all it is. It's stored up energy. Somebody put energy into something to do some work, and then they will compensate it with money. And that money represents the energy that they put in. And they're going to use that to give to somebody else to get something that they want. And that thing that they want is something that somebody else put energy in to make. So it's all just a recycling of energy. And energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can't be destroyed. It can only be transferred. So the more you try to hold on to it and not give it away and put it in a savings and all this stuff, it's going to find a way to slip out. Try to hold on to money for a long period of time and watch what happens. See if some event doesn't happen in your life to where you have to spend that money that you were saving for a rainy day or saving for this or that. You got to use it. So don't try to hold on to it. Give it to somebody. Give it to somebody. And it'll come back to you. You got to believe it. Believe it and know it. Actually, you don't even have to believe it because it's going to happen regardless because that's just what it is. Anyway, this is Miracle J, and I'm out. I'll see you next time.